just gotta like keep your head in one spot. We're filming, by the way.
Hey-o!
What is up? Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day, people. What's going on?
Sup?
It's I'm Judge James.
I'm Judge Evie.
This is Living for Crits.
Yes, it is.
And my wonderful daughter here has made us both special lattes, as she is the new family barista. Tink tink. We have to stir them still.
Yeah, we'll stir them.
We're gonna stir them live. Watch this. It's like its own ASMR thing. Look at that.
Ooh.
There we go. Man. We could do a whole show about this. In fact, maybe we will. This is the all coffee episode of Living for Crits.
Woo.
It's quite good. This is what, a vanilla latte?
It's a caramel macchiato.
Close enough. Christmas mugs. Yeah. I was wearing a Christmas Star Wars shirt earlier, or last night when I was shaving our dog. I had to shave Ridley. He had about like so much fur, and I had to just get that off of him. It was sad. It was crazy. Anyway,
I made it back from canoeing.
we are excited to see you all tonight and to hang out with you tonight.
Well, we can't see them.
We can't see you.
We
this
can
is
see
true.
their usernames.
That's right. We can.
Yeah.
Hector's on, Bab's on, Greg's on. Let's talk a bit about gaming this week. How fun of a week it was for the Shrubs in our TPK on Tuesday.
It wasn't a TPK.
It was such a TPK.
No, it wasn't.
Well, explain to our viewers what happened to the Shrubs.
No. Basically, it was not a TPK.
Go ahead.
Well, basically. Wait, what did we do? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, we were attacked by our fans, okay? Our fans that wrote fan fiction about us after being
About
on
your
set.
characters, who are
Yeah.
a group of X-Crawl,
Yeah.
an X-Crawl team named the Deadly Dapperlings.
Yeah. So, we had, what were they called?
The Deadly Dapperlettes.
Yeah. Those people. And so we were getting chased by those people. Then there was this car chase. And then we were stupid enough to fall for this stupid thing to put stupid things in our
They
head.
met Grim Tina, who is their biggest fan, and they, out of Black Mirror, they all got cookied as Grim Tina gave them little chips to put on their head and convinced them all to put them on their head,
Yeah.
and then downloaded their consciousnesses and then vaporized their bodies and disintegrated them. So now
They're dead.
all 5 characters are dead, and their
No.
consciousnesses are in little cookies like Black Mirror. Which I thought it was hilarious that all I had to do was say that their biggest fan was going to give them this ability to watch fan fiction, and they all just put the thing on their head. It was great. They all went for it. So now they were all uploaded into a video game, which this has been pretty cool. So we were doing X-Crawl. We started with a dungeon battle, and then we did an inter-dungeon battle adventure that happened between dungeon battles. Then we did another dungeon battle, which was People of the Pit, that I reskinned as Dungeon Battle San Angeles, and that was over 3 weeks. And now, after doing this one fan show, it was happening between dungeon battles, now you're uploaded into a video game. Why don't you show our viewers the book that I'll be using for this video game? This is Grimtooth's Trap Sylvania. That's right.
Why did you do this to us?
The player characters on Tuesday will be starting out at the seaport and docks of Grimtooth's Trap Sylvania. I love this book so
Why did you do
much.
it to us?
Ever since I ran Grimtooth's Museum of Death back in 2016, I think it was, I wanted more Grimtooth. And when this came out, this was a Kickstarter a few years ago, I just wanted to do something with it.
So
and
you
who
used the Shrubs?
better to do something with
You know we're not gonna.
than the Shrubs? They're gonna be so happy to be in Grimtooth's Trap Sylvania. The traps here are so horrific. They're rated on a scale of skulls, from 1 skull, I think, to 5. This is a 4 skull trap. It's a petting zoo. Look at that picture. This is a slingshot rhinoceros. Oh, I can't wait to do this. So on Tuesday, we start out Grimtooth traps Sylvania
Oh joy.
with the shrubs.
The joy. I have so much joy.
And yes, they're
right
digital
now.
characters. And I think we're gonna play around a little bit with maybe I don't know. I've been watching. My wife and I watched Russian Doll over the last week, and I'm a big fan of save points and concepts like that. So maybe you can't die.
You said that was a trap.
Well, I don't know. So I'm excited to run that. That's gonna be cool.
I mean, you were watching that show, and then there was the other show.
What other show?
The Floor is Lava show.
Who else is watching The Floor is Lava?
That's so bad.
My wife and I finished the Russian Doll today, and it recommended The Floor is Lava next. So we started watching that, and then we found out downstairs that Cooper was watching Floor is Lava on his own, and then a few friends of mine on Discord are watching Floor is Lava. And I don't know if I'm in. I can't tell if I'm in. What's it called? An episode of Interdimensional Cable from Rick and Morty, or if this is really a show. And we watched 3 episodes of it. It's a show. Dev says, I tried to watch Floor is Lava, but my girlfriend vetoed it. I didn't realize we'd watched 3 episodes of it. It kind of just started happening. Kind of the way Tiger King happened. It just started running and we just kept going. It's not as good. I didn't say Tiger King's good. It's not as captivating. That's a terrible word for Tiger King since it's all captive tigers. I don't know. We're gonna watch it, I guess. Because what else? We have to finish a few shows. Like we're gonna finish. I think we're gonna get back to watching His Dark Materials tonight, and then I think we're gonna go back to watching the 13th Doctor.
You know, I started watching The Politician Show with Ben Platt.
How is that?
It's pretty snazzy. It's not what I thought it was.
What's it about? A politician?
No, it's about this guy running for student body president in his high school.
With Ben Platt?
Yeah.
Playing a high school student?
Yeah.
Isn't he 28 years old?
I don't know, but he makes it work.
Okay. We're going to take things serious for a second and say this is from your friendly local janitor, because if you didn't know already, I work for a commercial cleaning company. I'd just like to tell you all, please continue to stay safe out there, okay? Especially if you're living in parts of the country that have exploding cases of coronavirus right now. If you look at the map of the United States, you can see that it was getting better, but it's getting better really slowly compared to other parts of the country. And that's because the Northeast, those of us in Pennsylvania and New York and New Jersey and Massachusetts, after the spike, it's been working its way down. But some of you folks in Florida and Texas and other states, you know, you need to work on masks, wearing your mask. You need to keep washing your hands. The virus is still out there. And I think the news has gotten away from it a little bit. And I gotta say, you know, it's still out there. It's still deadly. It's just not as popular a topic, I guess. But please, 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 please be careful. Please take care of yourselves. Just because you're allowed to go in a restaurant, I'm sorry, don't go in the restaurant. Get takeout still. All right? Just because you're allowed to go in a mall, order stuff online. Okay? Your life is not worth it for any shopping excursion you're going on. Okay? So please, please, please be careful. You're going to have to go to work, and companies like the one I work for will be out there trying to do our best to keep you safe. And I love my staff that works for me. I love the company I work with. We do a great job. But I still, you know, we really want everyone to be careful and be as careful as possible. And then please be kind to those who have to go to work if you're able to work from home. Be kind to those who are working in the grocery stores. If you're ordering through Instacart or you're ordering, pickup of your food, please tip the people who are delivering your food or shopping for your food. If you can't tip them, when you're talking to your shopper, please ask for their Venmo or their PayPal and then tip them that way. So we have to do more for the folks out there, and we have to be careful for ourselves still. We are not out of the woods. We have another year of this, okay? So please, take care of each other. We'll say at the end again, too, I'm sure. On that note, some comments here. Savage Philly GM, PA has had over 42 days of decline, which is fantastic. I mean, I'm so glad to see that Pennsylvania. I think our governor took it serious in the beginning. Governor Wolf did a good job with it here. I'm glad that the Northeast Coalition or Council joined up and joined forces to discuss how to stay safe and how to have travel between the states and everything. But you're still working. Lex says, heck yeah. Is that MA, Massachusetts, right? We did a good job. Let's see. Greg says, people are getting careless as weather warms up. Very true. I think the issue with Florida is the beaches, and people are out, and I know we've all been stuck inside a lot, and we still take it crazy serious. We still wash our groceries. We still are keeping our kids from having play dates or hangouts that aren't at social distancing, and maybe we're terrible parents about that, but we're gonna keep doing it. I'm sure you will resent us at some point over this.
What does resent mean?
There we go. All right. And Bab is going to hug Evie at distance. Enough serious. Let's get to our one question this week. In Judge Evie Presides, we have a question from Bab. And if you have questions for us, please send them to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com. We only have one question this week. It's a really important question. I really like how this question from Bab, it gets to the nitty-gritty of what gaming is. Mm-hmm. I almost felt like this question should be a question our whole show is around and about. If you don't know, Bab / Roman
/ Chris /
so many names. Bab is in our DCC game every Tuesday night. Very good friend of Evie's. And of our whole family. We all are big fans of them. They've been to our house a ton of times, spent a lot of time here back before we had the coronavirus, and we're looking forward to the virus going away so Bab can hang out down here in the game room. We can play some games live. It'll be a really good time. Bab also plays Justin the Cleric in our DCC game.
Teddy's a better cleric.
The beloved son of the late Iphigenia, the warrior. Iphigenia, the warrior.
No, Iphigenia.
Iphigenia,
I think.
The warrior, who died 2 games ago. Mm-hmm. So, let's hear Bab's question. Again, if you have more questions, dccjudgeevie@gmail.com. Go ahead and read the question.
Oh, wait, I should talk like how Bab does.
Talk like Bab.
What do you think is the best thing about me? The answer is everything.
What do you think is the best thing about me?
Well, the answer is everything.
Is everything. That's the question?
Yeah.
That's the question, Bab. What is the best thing about you?
Well, if we say anything but anything...
You say something. I'm going to say something serious. And you say whatever you want. Go ahead.
What? Oh, I don't know what to say about Bab.
Say the best thing about Bab.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Okay. The best thing about Bab, which actually is pretty terrible, but we're going to say it anyway, is that Bab doesn't care who we're talking to, but they'll still expose the crap out of me with the ridiculous amount of pictures that Bab and John both have of me.
This is true. There's a constant showing of images of Evie during our games. They even put her up as a background for their Zoom images, which is tough. Mm-hmm. I will say that for a gamer who I believe is 14 years old, I think Bab's 14, right?
Yeah. Everyone's older than me.
And for someone who is a new gamer who never experienced role-playing games until I think we came to town, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. I think the enthusiasm that you bring to the game, that your excitement, your willingness to create backstory, your willingness to have dialogue between games, I think is exceptional. And I think, whereas I don't think you could probably take this compliment without goofing or laughing it off, I think that you are an outstanding role player. I think that I hope you keep up with the hobby, and I hope you keep up with gaming with us. I think you're just a wonderful addition to the table.
What you said.
There you go. Oh, look, my tray's on. So, what's
Bab,
up, my tray?
stop exposing me in the comments. These are not true things.
You weren't supposed to actually be nice, they said. Oh, well, I was nice. I decided to be nice tonight. All right, so that was Judge Evie Presides. I think it's time to talk about coffee.
Oh, yeah, coffee.
Coffee.
Wait.
Tink.
Hey.
We're gonna break these and be so much trouble.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is coffee this time of night, but I'm drinking it anyway because Judge Evie made it for me for Father's Day. Man, coffee is so important, isn't it?
It's very important.
What is it about coffee that is so critical to the tabletop gaming hobby?
It makes you very energized. So you're a wacko at a game. There's that.
That's a good point. I always feel...
It keeps you awake.
Also true when your GM is boring you on a Tuesday night, right?
You're not boring on the Shrubs games.
Okay.
I had to think about what was on Tuesday night.
For a second to think what day it is or when we were gaming last. I think that coffee is a great pick-me-up when you're playing games in the morning. I've been running Shadow of the Demon Lord all year in the morning, and I've been running a lot of Cypher System over the last few weeks also in the morning, and having a cup of coffee before that game gets me ready to game.
Ready.
And you've become quite the home barista. I have to say, it was nice on yesterday? What day is today? I had to work this morning, an early afternoon, so I'm really thrown on what day it is today. Today is Sunday.
It's Sunday because we have the show.
Right.
You know how funny it would be if it wasn't Sunday and we started doing the show because we thought it was Sunday.
I think it's okay. I can do, I've done the show on different nights.
No, but like if it was like we thought it was Sunday, but it wasn't actually.
Oh, we
Sunday.
would be getting message. Where are you? If that happens. It's happened. Remember, we've lost our internet a couple times. So,
yeah.
haha. What was I gonna say here? Oh, I thought it was really cool yesterday. We were playing The Strange. My wife Jennifer's favorite role playing game is The Strange, the Cypher System game. Yes, it was. 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. That was yesterday.
Oh.
Friday we were playing Numenera.
Oh.
Yesterday was The Strange. And from coming downstairs, you came down with 2 cups of coffee and 2 cookies.
No, that was 2 days ago. I did not make cookies yesterday.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, but your mom brought cookies downstairs. Why are we arguing about this?
I don't know, because we had 2 cups of coffee.
My tray says, my morning coffee is needed to just level set, but the coffee I have in the evening during games is almost a chill-out wind-down drink. You know, I usually would say the wind-down drink is something this one can't have yet for another, 7 years. But I also... Not that. Are you pointing to that? Are you pointing?
Counting.
What are you counting?
Oh, it is 7 years.
Until you're 21.
Well, actually, in 7 years from today, I'll still be 20.
Really? Oh, yeah, 7 years from... No, 7 plus 14.
I'm 13.
Oh, my bad.
Nice going. Okay.
My stomach just growled.
Yep.
Anyway, but you have become quite the great home barista, and I found it very, very awesome. You know,
I'm a snazzy barista.
Ras Corgan, Rob says my tray lives at the Marriott Hotel Spa and Casino. What? Okay, that's kind of an odd comment there, but it's cool. Bab says hotels are weird. They always smell really good or really bad. Very, very true.
Yeah.
I remember my dad took me on a college tour when I was in 11th grade, and we went to we were looking at Carnegie Mellon, and we toured we stayed at the Motel 3 in North Huntington. Remember the Motel 3?
No.
It burned down.
Is that the one up on the hill?
Yeah.
You stayed there before?
Yeah, there was duct tape on the carpet and it smelled like pee. But it was cheap, so there you go. What is the best coffee for gaming?
Well, mine's just okay. The best coffee, that's the word. The best coffee for gaming is I don't know. I just go with what you're feeling, you know? Whatever you're in the mood for that day. Because if you're drinking something you don't like or just aren't in the mood for, what? No, I don't.
Just keep saying the answer. Just ignore Bab. Bab is going off the rails.
But if you're drinking something you don't want that day, your game's gonna suck because you're gonna be like, ew, I don't want to drink this, but I have to act like I like it, so the game doesn't have me going like, oh my god, I don't like this drink.
Mitra's asking, does your coffee drink match the type of game you play?
Not really.
No? I think it matches the time of day.
Well, yeah.
Like, my favorite coffee drink is a really, really dull, boring...
Don't you just get a, like... You just
I like... My favorite coffee drink is still like just a regular coffee with cream, no sugar, nothing special. As a morning coffee drink. I really like in the morning to have a coffee drink that is just coffee. And then as the afternoon goes on, or the evening, I'd prefer something like this, which is more of a sweeter, sugary coffee drink. Just because first thing in the morning, I just want to have as much caffeine as possible. And by the evening, I want to have a little, sugary pick-me-up. If I'm still gaming. And then if it's really late, I like to have this with Irish cream in it. Which is alcohol. Man, we got a lot of chatter about coffee on here.
Wow.
So Hector likes strong coffee. Let's see here. My trade, you drink more fanciful coffees of fantasy games. You could do that. We've done. It's not coffee, but when we were at Save Against Fear convention in Harrisburg last year, they had a special tea set up where you can get special teas.
That was
remember?
The best thing.
And they had like a Hogwarts tea, and they had a Doctor Who tea, and they had all kinds of teas themed with different fantasy settings, and they put like edible glitter in it, so some of the tea was sparkling. It was really good. What is where at conventions is the best place to get coffee? Think cons.
Okay.
Like at PAX, you're kind of stuck with Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
What about Gen Con?
Gen Con's B coffee, like hands down.
Yeah, you have to have B coffee at Gen Con.
You have to have like their what's it called? What's that one tea? Earl Grey? Yeah.
They have a good Earl Grey.
They have good Earl Grey tea.
That's tea, not coffee.
I know. If you go there. If
you go out of the eastern entrance to Gen Con, which you won't be doing this year, but in Gen Con 2021 you will, there is a B Coffee is like in the bottom of that one office building that's like cat-a-corner to the entrance. And if you get, I think, 7 coffees during your Gen Con stay, you get a die. A special B Coffee die, and we have several of them because we just fill up there. There are several Starbuckses in, like, I think every major hotel has a Starbucks at Gen Con in Indianapolis, but it does suck that we're talking about Gen Con and like we really would be preparing for this in 4 weeks.
Oh my god, yeah, it would be.
We'd be like ready to roll. Dang.
It still feels like March.
How about coffee and gaming? How would you inject coffee into our DCC game?
Like how would we what?
How would you put coffee in a DCC game?
Well, you'd probably how would you what?
How would you put coffee in your DCC game? Like, you want to put it in the game. Like have stats for coffee. What is coffee?
Oh, stats for it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bab says pour coffee over the character sheets. You don't have something for this? I have something prepared for this segment.
I'm thinking. You do yours first. I'm thinking.
Well, several years ago, I did a blog post in 2015 called Ciphering the Starbucks Experience. I'll post the link in the show notes. And I came up with stats for coffee. And this is the stats for a coffee cipher, a venti iced coconut milk latte. It is a level 1d6 plus 4 cipher. The effect is, this is the beverage of beverages. At the time, that was my drink of choice. It's not now. But in 2015 it was, the venti iced coconut milk latte. Whether hot or cold, I love coconut milk lattes. They are my favorite drink at Starbucks, but since it's still technically summer when I wrote this, we're going to stat the icy variety. After drinking a venti iced coconut milk latte, smooth NPR-style jazz starts playing in the user's head. It doesn't matter what setting, the strange, cipher horror, Numenera, or whatever, there's smooth jazz. For a number of rounds equal to the cipher level, the jazz continues and the user gains specialization in smooth jazz lore and 2 skills of their choice. This does not stack with existing training or specialization.
You know what would be funny? Okay,
what?
So this is my idea. So you know how Starbucks always has like the weirdest frappuccinos, like the unicorn one and
Yes.
the Pokeball one?
Yes.
So like there would be like a bunch of them, and based on what they are, you would have like a mutation like based off of it.
So would you
Wouldn't
make
it be so cool?
so like a mutation frap?
Yeah. Like if you drink a unicorn one, you would like have like rainbow skin. Or
Okay.
if you, yeah.
I think this needs to go in your next running of Mall. The Starbucks in Mall gives you mutations for your frappuccinos.
That'd be so snazzy.
Or maybe you have a frap that's just like it's like a mushroom frappuccino, and you grow mushrooms, and then people can eat the mushrooms off of you, and they get hit points back.
That'd be pretty snazzy too.
There we go.
Yay!
See how easy it is to put like coffee in your games. You could also use it as a weapon for a 0 level character in DCC. Just have a hot coffee that can splash on you. Dev says Orange Julius can be Orange Carapace. It's like a shell. It's a shell. You can drink Orange Julius and get a shell of armor. Carapace is like a shell of a bug. Never mind.
Okay.
All right. So I think we covered that pretty well. I think on coffee and lots of ways to introduce coffee, both in real life and in your games.
Wait, let's dink it again.
Dink.
You couldn't see it. They couldn't see it.
I'm out. Mine's empty.
I mean, I'm out too.
Dink. All right, moving on.
Woo.
Discussing our featured charity for good this week. Again, we're going to share some love for the Southern Poverty Law Center, splcenter.org. Southern Poverty Law Center is dedicated to fighting hate and bigotry and to seeking justice for the most vulnerable members of our society. Using litigation, education, and other forms of advocacy, the SPLC works toward the day when the ideals of equal justice and equal opportunity will be a reality. And when we ran the Lawful Good Gaming organization, we generated a lot of money for them. Well, I don't say a lot. That's boastful. We generated a large portion of what we generated over the course of 2 years towards the SPLC. So there's that. Savage Flea GM just sent out Innocence Project, and Rob just sent over Feeding America. So what we'll do is next week we'll change things up a bit, and also 2 wonderful organizations right now. But as we're inviting you to look towards, Kickstarters and whatnot, please try to take a moment to donate to charities and organizations that are doing good in the world. All we hear is negative, and we're gonna have to be our own forces for good here. Okay, so we will talk about Kickstarters though, because that's important. There are 2 Kickstarters going on right now that we're talking about. One is Too Worm, Too Furious. This is the DCC funnel with locations and worms by Sean Christopher Charles Richer. And the other is Precipice of Corruption, which is by Nick Barron, also a 0 level funnel. And we'll put links for these in our notes as well.
You meant like these.
Do you want to do the Road Crew shout out this week?
Oh yeah. Okay, so Road Crew shoutouts. There's the Savage Saturday Night Online by the SoCal Savages, the Delaware Valley Savages, and now the Lone Star Savages.
And when is that?
Saturday, June 27th.
And there are still some seats available, so that's going on. Gen Con. What are you all doing for Gen Con? Are you running events? Are you going to be playing in events? I know it's online now. I think we're just going to organize our own events that week with friends and whatnot. I don't think I'm doing anything official. But if you know of anything going on, please share it with us. You can send all this to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com, and she can sort through it. Oh, that is true. I'm sorry. Rob mentioned that there's 5 hours left for Enchiridion of the Computarchs, which is a DCC RPG Kickstarter. So, also. And Maitrey's jumping out. See you later, Maitrey. Thank you for joining us. Well, we're wrapping here. Oh, yeah, she also said we're too cute, and she can't. So that's cool. That's you, not me.
Well, she said you guys.
You guys. All right. Thursday night, when I hand me the book. This is a request this week. As I said, I take requests. One was for Evie to hurt herself by twisting her chair.
No, I twisted
What did you do?
I banged my knee off of the side of the desk.
Well, stop messing with that and show us the book. This was a request.
This one?
Yes. Online on Twitter from Dev Presto, @DevPresto Devin Preston, to do a review of The Strange. So this week, I will be reviewing The Strange on Thursday night. This is by Bruce Cordell and Monty Cook. It is a Monty Cook Games game, and I love The Strange. It's one of my favorite concepts for a game. We just played it yesterday morning. I think I'm playing it again next Sunday for another one-shot. And I like to think of it as Torchwood meets Sliders. That's how I would describe The Strange. So I'll be doing that review on Thursday. I probably won't be covering the rules too much because if I were going to cover the Cypher System rules, I would do it on a totally different episode. But I'll be covering the setting itself, or should I say, the collection of settings or recursions that come in The Strange. Judge Evie, where can our viewers find us online?
At I Live for Quits. At we both can't.
I Live for
tonight.
Quits.
At I Live for Crits on Twitter, Living for Crits on Instagram, and search Living for Crits on YouTube, which is probably where a lot of people are watching this right now.
Very possible. All right, with that, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay together. And for outro ASMR, since I know what mine is.
Oh no.
In honor of Torchwood, I'm going to say Captain Jack Harkness.
Well, I don't know what to say. So, this is a coffee-themed episode. So I'm just going to say my favorite coffee drink.
Go ahead.
Okay. My favorite coffee is iced caramel macchiato. Yeah.
Good night, everybody.